Hey, and welcome to another episode of Audio Scrawl. I'm King,
This is Brandon.
and today is another podcast day for us, and we have a couple of topics we want to discuss with you. And so, moving on with our first topic, I guess, will be movie news. Ryan Reynolds has been confirmed, signed on to its sequel to Deadpool.
Yes.
And they probably will be start shooting or filming the movie in fall or winter of this year.
I'm not surprised that they're acting so fast right now because I think at this point it's known as the record-breaking, the highest-selling R-rated comic book movie globally right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely strike when the iron's hot for sure. And I'm excited, wonder what they could do. Cable is going to be in it.
I hope they do a Cable, have Cable in that movie. I think the possibilities are limitless. He's been around for a long time, and I think there's some really neat ideas for the character, but I think Cable would make it a lot more fun.
Yeah. Especially, he's kind of like the opposite of Deadpool when it comes to personality.
That's what's going to make the movie fun, I think, because I've never read the comics. I've heard so much about it. I've heard that a lot of people love the pair, how they are together, and Deadpool being Deadpool, and you have Cable who's just serious, just this big, buff, strong, serious kind of character, wants to get the job done, and it's an odd couple.
Yeah, mm-hmm. It's a buddy cop film.
But it's going to be violent.
Yep.
I hope they keep the tone. I think they've done a great job with the movie when it came out, and I want them to continue what they're doing. I would like them to, do this buddy movie, and if they make a third one, I actually would like them to do a third movie, and I hope when they get to the third film, go back to him going solo, and, just continuing the adventure. Don't repeat the formula of the first movie, just keep going, keep moving, keep going in new directions.
Yep, same.
Yeah, just get the feel. Just whatever they did in the first movie, do that, but don't make the story the same. Don't make it beat for beat of the same movie. Yeah. Are you planning on seeing the movie, by the way?
Oh yes, yeah. In time, I'll see the movie.
You know when it comes out on Blu-ray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out in May.
May?
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Pretty quick.
I know.
It's quite huge for Blu-rays right now because right now Star Wars Episode 7 came out.
It's already out.
Yes.
That's fast.
And next month is Deadpool, which is crazy because Deadpool came out in theaters, I think, 2 months after Star Wars first came out. But man, how are they able to get these out so fast?
Oh, they already have it planned.
Yeah, they did.
Because
they did a good job, man.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be in theaters. We saw what happened with the interview. Yeah, they got hacked and North Korea threatened Sony.
Yeah.
So they're like, you know what? We'll just release it on Netflix, on video on demand, streaming services. So
yeah,
theaters just a way to make profit. They don't,
of course,
have to.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to look this up because my guess is, or a theory that I'm having is, supposedly if you have a movie and it's selling so well, like it's like they're profiting from theaters, and I think when they make that much money, they kind of decide, all right, let's go ahead and release this movie immediately. Which I think is a great idea because there might be so much buzz, word of mouth about the films. And then when the sooner it comes out on Blu-ray, the sooner people will probably just buy it or rent it if they're still profiting from rentals.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, then again, it's streaming nowadays.
Yeah.
As well.
They gotta compete with all the streaming services.
I stick with physical copy. I like getting Blu-ray.
Yeah. I could go either way. Alright, and guess that's enough about Deadpool. Just moving on to the next comic book movie news. DC has announced 2 unannounced DC films are joining the lineup of their DC Cinematic Universe. And one's going to be October 2018, and the other one is, I don't know if they gave it a specific date, but in 2019. The first one we could, kind of guess will be the solo Batman film, which is a no-brainer.
Except for the movie.
Yeah, what do you think is going to be the second film?
After Batman?
The second unannounced
Oh, the
film.
second unannounced. Well, it can't be Shazam because they've done casting. I don't know if they're still doing Shazam.
Well, they've already cast. Yeah, they've already cast. It's not Shazam. No.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like it's part of that continuity, which that's gonna drive me crazy. The other movie, man, I can't fathom what it could be. I can't think of anyone else. They've already announced Green Lantern. They got Aquaman. They have Cyborg. I would love for them to do like a Justice League Dark movie or a character, maybe like another Constantine movie or Swamp Thing. I mean, nowadays people are talking about making R-rated comic book movies or comic book superhero movies, and I think it'd be pretty cool to have Swamp Thing or Constantine, especially now. They're not exactly Vertigo. They've been integrated into DC Comics now too, because if they were to make Vertigo comic movies, it belongs to New Line Cinema. Warner Brothers can't touch Vertigo Comics. It's owned by New Line Cinema. But Constantine and Swamp Thing is integrated in New 52 DC Comics. That they could make those characters.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty cool.
It would be.
But I'm stumped. I'm stumped. What do you think?
There's still that rumor of, Justice League Dark still being in production. Who knows if we'll hear anything more about that. But my guess would be it's either going to be Suicide Squad 2 or Man of Steel 2.
Okay. I want them to do a Man of Steel 2. And the reason why is because I think... I'm excited to see Suicide Squad. There's a lot of crazy rumors going around that they're reshooting scenes for the movie, and there's a lot of concerns that is the trailer has humor, and rumor has it that that's it. Those are the only humors in the movie. The rest of it's not humorous, and that the trailer could be misleading. I don't really believe that. I don't believe in those kind of rumors. I think the trailer sets the tone. I think it'll be a fun movie.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good villain film. I had a train of thought and I kind of lost it, but yeah, I think Suicide Squad should be just fine. But now I remember. So I don't want them to do another movie of that. I think it'll be fine. But Man of Steel, I feel like they're not doing Superman justice. So I feel like here's a chance to redeem Superman.
Yeah,
I feel like he
needs
the build up
because so many. Enemies that great villains that Superman has too that could show up on film.
Yes. Livewire.
Yes.
It's an idea. No, there's other characters, but we'll see. And who knows what's up with Superman? I mean, do you think he's going to come back with full strength, or do you think he might be a little bit diminished?
He's going to come back full strength in Justice League.
Yeah, but he receives like criticism of the writing of the character. And I think he needs more help. I think they need to write him better. I think they need to make a movie to try to build him up again.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I agree. All right, and that should be it for movie news. Brandon, what's your next topic?
Movie news. I have something. Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they launched the teaser trailer for Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Yes. All right, so I just showed you the trailer. What did you think of it?
It looks fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks good.
I think so, too.
I was surprised. It looks really good. The costume design. I was like, oh yeah, that's very, episode 1, 2, and 3 design. Especially, the Rebellion and the...
Wait, 1, 2, 3, are you talking about, like, prequel design, or are we talking about 4, 5, and 6?
Oh, yeah, 4, 5, and 6.
I don't mean to correct you.
The original 3.
I don't mean... Yeah, there we go. I don't mean to be that guy, King.
That's what I meant. The original 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I like that they've been doing that. Episode 7 kind of felt like they were bringing certain elements from the original trilogy back based on sets and design. Visual appearance, such as the costume, how the rebellions look, having their orange jumpsuit, and then you have like the soldiers wearing that white, oval shape helmet, elongated helmet.
That clone mask, yeah.
Yeah, and then you got the clones too. Oh, I was talking about the rebellion soldiers. From episode 4. Yeah. The movie looks like it takes place probably before episode 4, a little bit beforehand. And it's about the group of or the rebellion group that stole the plans of the Death Star. So there could be probably a lot of ideas that this is probably a team where either all of them have died or most of them have died and won't come back.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But
we'll see. We already know what happens in the end because they succeed.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what's exciting about the movie is sure we know what's going to happen. But why not have a character movie? A movie about these characters. This looks like a motley crew, and it's a caper film. Watch how they try to how to get into the Death Star or the Empire and steal the plans. Mm-hmm. So that'll be interesting. They didn't show everything. They're keeping it tight-lipped. We still don't know I mean, we know what's going on, but we're not seeing all the characters that's going to be in the movie or who are part of the group.
Well, we're not. Of course, they're not. It's a teaser trailer. I mean, they got to save it until maybe fall before we see the final.
I was so impressed with Star Wars Episode 7. How Disney. How they performed the marketing plans for Star Wars, because all the trailers that they've shown didn't really give out a lot of plots. I didn't know what I was getting into in Star Wars, and just watching it, there's just a lot of twists going on too. I mean, I have no expectations, and I'm always worried about if I watch trailers, what's going to be revealed. Is it going to spoil anything? I'm always taking that risk. Now, Batman v Superman, on the other hand, after that movie, I felt like Warner Brothers failed. Because I felt like they revealed too much.
That one trailer, yeah.
I think it was, what was it? Trailer 2? That was like 4 minutes long?
It was pretty much the second to last trailer before the final trailer. They ruined it.
The other trailers were fine. But that particular trailer that they showed, Doomsday, that was just too much.
They didn't need to show that, but...
Yeah. And it just ruins the fun. So if there's people out there that wants to stick with media blackout, go for it. But I have confidence in Disney, Lucasfilm, or Abram, whoever is handling the marketing job. Yeah, keep it up. Don't reveal too much. It made me a believer after Star Wars Episode 7. I'm looking forward to what they've got.
I don't know. Even with Star Wars Episode 7, I broke down a lot of the stuff. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
it's part of that. It's part of that, and I was correct on some of them.
Oh yeah, sure.
And even now, Marvel Civil War, I kind of have an idea of what's going on. Like, I probably know what's going to happen. But
I know
that said, it just depends on the trailer. I mean, people's gonna analyze it whether or not they want to.
But Civil War, I still feel like I don't know who's going to be the big baddie in that one.
Oh, we already know.
Okay, maybe, but still.
No, they've already... Like, hey, here's... they've already revealed the villain. This is going to be the villain in Civil War.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'm doing a really good job avoiding that stuff.
Yeah.
Good
I'll tell you later.
No!
Okay.
Alright. I think that's it for movie discussion.
Alright, and then that's it for movie discussion. Okay, Brandon, what's your next topic?
Next topic.
I guess just jumping onto the next one while Brandon's grabbing his stuff.
Oh, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Okay, so comic book discussion. I know it's not exactly your thing, but then just kind of keeping you heads up of what seems to be happening, and then I think it has a lot to do with Captain America Civil War coming out. Mm-hmm. This year is the 75th anniversary of Captain America, so they recently they released an issue of Captain America, of course, with Sam Wilson. And this book is actually about, spoilers, but I'm going to say it anyway, because everyone should know, Steve Rogers is back. I should say, he's always been around, but he lost his super soldier serum in his blood, and made him his actual age, which I don't think that's his actual.
No, I don't think that's his actual age at all.
But he became a senior citizen, definitely. And they found a way to bring him back to his old self, where he has his super soldier serum.
Okay.
It's kind of bizarre. It was practically a reset button.
Of course it is. They're never going to kill off popular characters.
Well, they didn't kill him off. They just, took away his powers.
They pretty much...
He wasn't active.
Yeah, they took him to the sidelines. So no, that's not going to happen.
This is a big issue. It's a gigantic book because it's not like a typical 50-page. It's 100. It's like full-on 100-page, and they have a couple of side stories in there. And it's not too bad, but there's a part of me that just feels like, why do you comic book industries do this? Marvel and DC, Why do you have to do something crazy like, oh, hey, he lost his powers, this character has died, so the next person's going to carry on the mantle? And it can be interesting because you have the side character or sidekick like Sam Wilson, the Falcon, and now that he's Captain America, here's his time to shine. And I've been reading the Sam Wilson comics written by Nick Spencer, and I've just been enjoying them. I've enjoyed Sam Wilson as Captain America, but I never felt like... People argue that he's not my Captain America. Sure, that's fine, but you know what? Maybe I feel the same way too. Maybe I'm not viewing him as Captain America. Maybe I'm just viewing him as Sam Wilson. And you know what? This is what's going to make the character stand out if he's called Captain America. Mm-hmm. And just been reading, I just felt like, you know what? He's just Sam Wilson, and I enjoy it. And then I got the new issue of Invincible Iron Man on the very top. Read that for me, please.
The Road to Civil War 2.
Yep. So, yeah, Marvel is getting ready for Civil War 2. I think it should be starting in May. And right now the Iron Man books, they're leading up to it. Because the writer, Brian Michael Bendis, he's writing Iron Man, and he'll be in charge of doing the story for Civil War. And I'm afraid of getting into Civil War 2. I don't know if I want to get involved and read a lot of the books because I don't really like the idea of having this major crossover Marvel event, and which is fine if you want to read the main story, but then the side stories, all the characters have their stories that are tied in.
Yeah.
That's a lot of books to read.
Yeah, considering everybody, has a point of view.
Yeah. And I'd hate to miss out on that, but I'm going to have to. I think I'll just stay my course, just read the books that I'm already reading, and just see what happens.
Just wait for the omnibus.
Yeah, that's the thing though too, that I'm kind of getting a little bit worn out from getting the single issue books, and it feels like the way these books are written, it's better to get them in trade paperbacks or omnibus. These books are meant to be read as like they're meant for binge reading. It's a story arc, and it's better to get them in a collected book than just getting individual singles.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The floppy books. But it's interesting. And I'm going to transition into asking you about what do you think of DC Comics announcing Rebirth?
It's fine. It's just just another gig in the comic industry.
Yeah.
Let's see. I did look at the release lineup. I guess they'll be starting in June. And they will have Aquaman, all these will be followed by Rebirth, so I'm not going to say that. So it'll be Aquaman, Batman, Flash, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Superman, Titans, and Wonder Woman. That would be the first Rebirth series releasing in June. Yeah. I don't know. I'm cool. I'm down with it. I mean, if they could just rewrite the story or write the story well with the character.
Yeah. So what they're promising is this is not a reboot. I think a lot of people are concerned that, are you going to reboot it again? Because I think everyone is assuming that they're going back to the classics prior to the New 52 universe. It's not. It's supposed to be similar to Flash Rebirth and Green Lantern Rebirth, both of them handled by Jeff Johns. And it was about reinvigorating these two characters, who've disappeared, and like, how can we make them more interesting? So that's what they wanted to do, is try to bring heart to the franchise again, to all the characters. And yeah, I'm down for it. We'll see how it turns out. New 52 was, many people felt like it was a mess, and I think DC Comics has stepped forward and finally admitted, this didn't work out. And I don't blame them for trying something new and different, because they want to reinvigorate all these characters and stories and try to get new readers involved. Yeah. Which is fair, because some of the books I've read, I thought they've done a good job, sure. Swamp Thing I've enjoyed, as well as Animal Man. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Are there any books that you're interested in maybe checking out, or you're just like, nah, I'm good?
No, there's no books.
No books. Alright, he's sticking with his guns, people.
Well then, because I'm not particularly a comic book reader.
Nope.
So,
I think the only character I am intrigued about reading is Aquaman. That's because he's written by Dan Abnett. He's already being written by Dan Abnett, but maybe this new #1 would be a good entry point for me to check it out. See how it goes. They will continue Batman Beyond,
Batman Beyond, yep.
Yeah. Now that one I'm very interested in because I have been reading Batman Beyond, the current series, and it's Tim Drake as Batman Beyond, and I'm just curious if Terry McGinnis is coming back.
Hi. Tim Curry.
Alright, that's enough about comic books. Let's move forward.
Alright, moving on.
Yeah.
I guess the next subject will be video games. And I guess recently, just pretty much today, there's been rumors of the new Zelda game. New rumors of the new Zelda game. Well, it's going to be for the Wii U and NX, of course. That's kind of a given at this point. There will be the first, but the first big rumors is there will be a male and female version of Link that you could choose between. And the second big rumor is that most NPCs will have voice acting. So aside from Link, and that's a long time coming in my opinion. Like I've been waiting for voices for NPCs.
I'm kind of mixed about that because I've always enjoyed the grunts and sounds of characters, especially like Ocarina of Time. But it makes sense because we can't be stuck at this, the grunts and stuff like that. I think people are kind of feel like that's primitive. It's time to move forward. Everyone's going in the direction of voice acting. The Mario games have had some voice acting as well. They're not heavy on dialogues, but you know what? They have enough to say stuff. What do you think?
Especially Zelda. Maybe the antagonist will have stuff to say. And who knows? Link's gonna be he has a village. There's gonna be a city. There's probably gonna be a kingdom. So
just as long as the game starts off where it better not hold your hand. It better not have you isolated in an area and saying like you can't leave until you go through all these chores because you're learning the controls of the game. Just let them go. Let people just play the game because Zelda games, old school ones especially, have always been about progression. You go out in the world, but you can't go very far because you don't have the items to get you further. And that's what the game is all about: is exploration and then progressing, learning skills and abilities.
Yeah, to be honest, the voice acting part didn't irk me. It's more of the male female part because Link is not a player avatar. He's not. He's a character. He has a backstory.
Oh yeah.
He has an origin. He has a curse that every time a new generation of the hero Link will be reborn again. And the cycle continues. So it's like, oh, you guys are just kind of changing the mythos again to okay. But then again, who am I to argue? Because Nintendo has never been consistent with their mythos, considering Minish Cap was supposed to be the origin of Link's green hat, and then Skyward Sword came out and kind of crapped all over that. So,
remember what's the book? Chronicles or Legend of Zelda Chronicles? Like it's the hardcover book, and. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty neat book. I haven't read through all of it, but just kind of went through all the charts and reading about what's going on with that. And I think what was going on with that book, it's officially endorsed by Nintendo, but I think it's like a bunch of fan theories of trying to connect the games together, and Nintendo stepping in and going like, yeah, it's that. You got, this event in Ocarina of Time that created 2 timelines.
Yeah, it created 3 timelines.
I think so too.
It was the Link defeated Ganon and went back to the past. The future Link stayed, and then the hero lost, so Ganon won. Those are the 3 timelines he created.
I just felt like they were individual games.
Yeah.
I've accepted that a long time ago. I think it was Ocarina of Time that I've accepted that, like, this is a brand new game. It's a brand new story.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. That's what I thought too. I've always thought they were individual game, and Nintendo's just kind of like, oh, the fans are trying to piece it together. We could probably piece it together better with for them because we have all the all the notes and stuff. And it goes like this, ladies and gentlemen. And they didn't know what they were doing. They're just trying to appease the fan of trying to find a timeline.
Yeah, it doesn't help when you have Wind Waker and Twilight Princess that always links, or that's always related, or it's in its current state because of a hero that fought Ganondorf many years ago. And it's always in those games, the story has been that Ganondorf is sealed in another world or another dimension, and the games are about like it keeping him away or him sneaking into Hyrule, trying to come back. And you know what? I'm done with that.
Yeah, there's no continuity, ladies and gentlemen. It's just like all the similar stuff is just Easter eggs, if you can call it. Because even in Final Fantasy, they have chocobos and similar looking enemies with every single game, but we don't link those together. I'm like, oh yeah, each Final Fantasy has a different timeline. They all connect. Like, no, that doesn't work like that.
Did you hear about Final Fantasy X being related to Final Fantasy VII?
Yes. Like, no.
I agree. I was like, no, come on, guys, enough.
Yeah.
Just let them be.
Yeah. They all have magic. They all have summons. They all have chocobos, but they're not related in any way.
Yeah.
Aside from the sequel spin-offs.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you were to play the game, would you be male or female?
Male.
Male?
Male, yeah.
I have to admit, I have to stick with male. I enjoy like if I had the choice, I tend to gravitate towards creating a female character. Kind of adds a different dynamic because it's fun to have. I guess I create like a strong female characters, like with Mass Effect. I've enjoyed female Shepard, and a lot of people like that too.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and the same thing with you. It's not like I don't want to play a female Link. It's just that every time I created a character, I always just created a male character.
Yeah, but Zelda is different. Zelda just feels like it has its legacy, and like we mentioned, I've accepted that the games are separate, individual pieces, but they do have like running themes. You have the world of Hyrule or the land of Hyrule, and you have your Princess Zelda, and you have the protagonist. And like Mario, I just accept that the protagonist is male Link.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and each game, each new iteration, they just have a better design of him.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm not too fond of Skyward Sword. He looks alright.
Yeah, I wasn't too fond of Skyward Sword.
Twilight Princess to me is the best. I mean, I like Ocarina of Time, but Twilight Princess added that edge to him.
The design of Twilight Princess? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, I would love to get like a straight art book. That Chronicles, that Legend of Zelda Chronicles book, pretty cool. It has art pieces, but I want a straight art book. Like just all the sketches and drawings and colors.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Nintendo, come on. Just make it and sell it. Get in on these like production books.
Yeah.
You have a lot of like dedicated fans. I wouldn't mind getting like a Mario Chronicles art book. Just all the years since the first Super Mario Brothers or regular Mario Brothers to modern time, and just see all of his artwork.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you this. How do you feel about this game? I should say, how do you feel about this game's title, Tokyo Mirage Sessions?
#
or pound FE.
Fire Emblem. I'm disappointed with that because I guess it's not even Atlus's fault. It's Nintendo's fault for announcing it so soon. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we have a Fire Emblem cross Shinigami Tensei game," and Atlus was like, what? Like we're just in the pre-production, pre-planning phase. They haven't done anything with the game yet.
Yeah.
And so so with a name like that, cross Shinigami Tensei, so it's gonna be like super dark, Fire Emblem game or something. Nope. Instead, we got these pop idol anime RPG.
Yeah, it's color. Well, I mean, it's Persona colorful, but not like Persona, because you look at Persona 3, 4, and 5, and they seem to have like a certain tone. Like Persona 3 is all about, I would say, blue and black. Persona 4, the color theme is yellow and black.
Yellow and black.
I think. And then for Persona 5, the theme is going to be red and white. So there's sort of like a certain edge to them, which I like, these contrasting colors. But the Tokyo Mirage Sessions, however, bubbly colors. Like right now we're looking at an image and I'm seeing green, blue. I know it has pink. That's for sure. The trailers I've seen of the game looks. I'm intrigued by it. I'm interested in the game because I am happy that it is Atlus developing the game.
Yeah.
But it has a bizarre story. I mean, I guess it seems Persona-ish because you have the main characters and they summon like Avatar or Persona type characters, and these are Fire Emblem characters coming in to assist. And yeah, I'm interested in such a game, but I don't own a Wii U, unfortunately. I'm still debating about what's going on with NX. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But the title, I just feel like it's awful because I like the hardcore fans, I think they might understand or get it, but for like the casual gamers who, might be open-minded to such a game, they would have no idea how to interpret that title. I mean, it's not a heavy reference to Fire Emblem or Shin Megami Tensei or Persona. The only reference that you have is at the end is hashtag FE or pound FE. I don't get why they have to do that.
Japan.
Why is there a hashtag? It's the dumbest thing. I mean, I feel like you have to call it like Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE. Okay, so what do you think? Why is that hashtag there? Do you think it's related to maybe Nintendo trying to create a buzz, trying to get people going with Twitter? Why are they doing this?
I have no idea. Maybe. Like I said, I mean, Japan's been pretty weird with their naming system. It's just like they just pick random words,
Yeah.
Words, letters, pound signs of like English language or any language. It's kind of, well, that sounds cool from a Japanese standpoint, and let's just put it there because even Star Ocean 5 has a really weird subtitle,
Yeah.
Integrity and faithlessness.
But that's subtitles, and I feel like that's okay. Mm-hmm. At least the main title is simple. It's Star Ocean. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you can get and understand that it's an RPG. I mean, the title, I think, has like an RPG type of name. But the subtitles, yeah, it gets crazy. But...
Infinite Undiscovery.
Yeah. That one, yeah. Oh, you're bringing back flashbacks. Okay, but Tokyo Mirage Sessions. This title is meant for hardcore fans.
Yeah, it's definitely for the Atlas fans.
I agree. I'm sorry, I didn't specify Atlas, but yeah, it's for the Atlas fans.
Yeah.
This is not for Nintendo casual gamers. Because if anyone that goes to a store browsing around titles or go through Amazon to look at Tokyo Mirage Sessions, the only way it would appeal to someone is buying or getting into RPGs at Amazon, and this game is recommended to them. But that's how I found out by the title, actually. I didn't see any news about the title coming out. I was just on Amazon, and it was recommending some I was looking into RPGs, and it's recommending this game. I'm going, what is this? I kind of like the art style. The cover caught my attention, looked into it, and I go, oh no, like that's their official name? So yeah. It's disappointing that it's not this is a Fire Emblem game, and I feel like maybe they should have put more into the Fire Emblem name and just call it FE.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a Fire Emblem game. Actually, no, I don't see that. Because it's really not. It's not a Fire Emblem. There's literally almost zero Fire Emblem in this game.
To be fair, this is more like an original role-playing game.
Yes, it's an Atlas game.
Yeah, it's an Atlas RPG that seems to have more Fire Emblem reference in it.
Mm-hmm. I will say there is a pretty big Fire Emblem Easter egg that I'm not going to spoil, but it's kind of entertaining.
Okay.
If you know where it's coming from. It's based off of a commercial.
Nice. Alright, well, anything you'd like to add about this, this travesty, this...
this
I don't know, like, about the title, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I've been keeping track of it ever since it was announced.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the game's out in Japan. It's been out for, like, a while, I believe.
You got me curious. Alright, let me see if I can find something on Famitsu. Oh, here it is. So, Famitsu gives it 34 points out of 40. Japanese critics were generally positive. It'll be interesting. That's not exactly I guess that might be okay. I mean, that's basically 9999, like 4 nines there to equal to 34 points.
But it doesn't say much because people don't trust Famitsu.
You can't really, yeah. And there is a difference between how Japanese perceive a particular game and franchise as compared to the Western. Weirdly enough, some games, like, they do alright in Japan. A very Japanese RPG game does so, but in America, does really, really well and becomes a phenomenon. Do you know if Persona is more popular in the States compared to Japan?
Yes. I mean, it's popular in Japan also, but
yeah,
it's huge and it's so much bigger, I guess, in the West than it is.
It's fascinating. I like that. You can't underestimate Japanese RPG, and that's what I'm hoping about out of Final Fantasy 15 is you got to bring that spirit back, because Persona they've been building, and Persona 5 I'm very, very excited about.
Yeah.
And
I think they just know who their audience is, and they just market towards that, for the most part. That I think, even with NIS, like here's they both NIS and Atlas, they develop really niche games in their respective genres, and what they'll do is from what I've seen is they'll just go to conventions and promote themselves there. Yeah, because they're not gonna, for the most part, they're not gonna do commercials for the games on TV. That's just too expensive. So they go to conventions like, hey, pre-order our game. This is what's coming out. Have a what's the word I'm looking for?
Well,
have a room and they discuss about their product.
Yeah, they're all about communicating with the fans. They do a fantastic job too. Yeah. And I was very happy that Atlas set up their vending shop at the exhibit hall over at Anime Expo. Yeah. Oh man, you can tell that Atlas is like the company for fans. It is the fans' company, because the final day sold out. I mean, not even the final day. Like, I think just a Saturday, like the end of Saturday, like the final hour of exhibit hall, it's gone. Everything, all of their merchandise, T-shirts, doesn't matter. They're gone, and it's incredible. And they know how to present themselves too, because their booth, I mean, it's not just a merchandise stop. I mean, they have like their games and demos going on, and everyone just has like there's just a long line form to check these games out. So much hype for people to try out the dancing Persona game.
Yes. Yeah. Dancing all night.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited for Persona 5. I want to get that game. I think I'm just going to jump on board to play that. I still need to play and finish Persona 3 and 4. Those are the games that's like eternally like, oh, I love those games. But I love them because I'm still like in the middle of them, like in my mind, like I'm stuck in those games. I haven't finished them, so that's my flaw. That's my problem. Since you're talking about convention, probably a good way to transition. Yeah, segue into anime
Expo?
Talk about Anime Expo.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, Anime Expo 3 months from now.
Yeah, the very first guest was announced was Yoshitaka Amano.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, which is the well-known artist who does the Final Fantasy art.
And if people didn't know who he was before, they should know him now, because during the Uncover of Final Fantasy 15, they were just announcing all the creators involved with the Final Fantasy franchise back in the Super Nintendo days. Hironobu Sakaguchi, Yoshitaka Amano. They had a video presenting Nobuo Uematsu. And for Amano, they have this like segment where they're showing off like this piece of art commissioned by him for Final Fantasy 15, and just his art style, his artwork is just stunning, amazing. I can't interpret anything that's going on with them, but man, they're just loud. Like, they just have a story in itself. So I kind of feel that with all the blessings going on from the creators for Final Fantasy 15, I'm wondering how huge maybe Final Fantasy 15 is going to be over at Anime Expo. How many people will be cosplaying, how many hype is going to be built up, and we got, someone who had a hand in the creation of the franchise.
Yeah. Hopefully more Final Fantasy related guests comes.
Yeah. Because after Uncover, it makes me wonder, like, Because before Amino, I figured like yeah, he'll do pretty well. He should have like a good amount of people lining up to get his autograph.
Oh, of course.
Or get a signing.
Final Fantasy fandom's huge at Expo.
Yeah. So, but now I feel like it's going to be much bigger than I had anticipated. Mm-hmm. Concerns me because I want his autograph. I want a signage from him, but we'll see how huge it's going to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's talk about the other guests. They announced a few others. Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time since we've talked about guests because he was the only one.
Like, ever.
Yeah. Alright, so we have a musical guest, Michi. Mm-hmm. We don't know much about her.
And that's it.
I'm sorry.
like I've seen, like she does openings for anime, and I've seen Roka Graves of the Six Flowers, and I've seen Dagashi Kashi. I've seen their opening. Like, yeah, they're fine.
Now, what I enjoy though about checking out the guests of Anime Expo is there's a lot of creators and a lot of musicians that are coming, and half the musician I don't know, but I'll check it out and kind of learn about them. And sometimes we might go check out a concert, and we just walk out and go, like, man, that was a pretty good concert.
Yeah.
I think my first memory of doing such an experience would be I forgot their names though, but because it was so long ago. But we saw the concert for the girls who sang for Macross Frontier.
Macross Frontier.
Yeah. And so we saw that concert. I really enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that concert a lot. Yeah.
I feel bad that I didn't. I used to know their name and I forgot. It was so long ago. I mean, Macross Frontier was a long time ago.
It was kind of like our first expo, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was a blast. So ever since then, I try to keep up with who are the musical guests. Maybe go on YouTube. I recommend doing that. Go on YouTube and check out their videos. It's free. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're always looking for musical guests and maybe try to attend one.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, and it's fun to go to these concerts because their concerts, I mean, it's fun to watch. They're very entertaining too. Mm-hmm. I mean, they have some pretty good like choreographical dances going on. I mean, the music it's loud, but it's pretty balanced and some excellent light shows.
Idol music.
Yeah, and people just getting into, they have their lights.
Yeah.
Glow sticks, and they go with the beat and rhythm, which is a blast to observe. So yeah, that's it. But I'm hoping for more to come out.
Yeah, and then the next guest announced is a creator, Naoshi Arakawa, and he's a manga artist. He created the manga Sumitai Kosa no Taki wa Tomaru. The Time Stops on a Frozen Campus, and his most recent one is Your Lie in April, which
I feel like I've heard of Your Lie in April.
Yeah, it was very popular.
Yeah, that one that probably makes sense why he's coming out, because that one I've heard more about, but I don't know too much what's going on with that. I think you and our friend Rob are talking about it.
We've talked about it before. It was a while back.
Yeah, might have to look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always up for manga artists. I have more fascination and interest in artists coming to Anime Expo just because I dig the art, especially if you have some artists who have like unique style. But you see all these iconic characters, and it's cool to see the creator of these characters. You look at a person, and you're like, I know this guy, or I know this art style. I like the characters. I like how they look. Mm-hmm. And hey, here's a chance to meet the person that drew them.
Yeah, and it says he's currently preparing to launch a brand new series in the monthly Shonen magazine. Mm-hmm. So that's probably a good bet on what he'll announce at Anime Expo, because they do premiere. They do world premieres at Anime Expo.
Yeah.
Because some of the few examples was Sailor Moon that premiered at the first airing at Anime Expo, and then I remember Sword Art Online 2 also was huge in Anime Expo.
Yeah,
I believe that also premiered.
Some of those people don't sleep. I mean, whatever's premiering, they'll probably be like in their hotel room, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, checking out the new shows to catch up on or something. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I can't do it. We're getting old.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know about you.
We're getting too old for this.
Yeah. Stuff.
He said stuff. We're like Danny Glover.
Yeah.
If you know who that is.
I'm busting up laughing because we looked into Anime Expo to check out like who are the guests coming out, And right there in front of you, the sponsors. Now, I enjoy checking out sponsors for Anime Expo because I feel like it's related as well. You have Crunchyroll. Of course, Crunchyroll is there.
Yeah,
they have a huge presence over there.
They're always huge. They live stream to Nico Nico.
They hand out prizes
all the time. They hand out free swag every day.
Yep. They just have all these events. They probably have like guests come over there, talk to them, talk to the fans.
Yeah,
pretty neat. And I'm laughing because I'm also seeing cosplay deviants.
Yeah. It's really nothing out of the ordinary.
It really isn't, and unfortunately, like since we live in, should we tell them what state we live in?
The state. The state we live in is not as it's more restricted compared to California.
Yeah,
like we don't allow, which is weird because for our anime,
not us. Yeah. We're talking about like most people that live in the state,
which is weird because for our anime convention. They don't allow like adult materials or anything. But then for our Comic-Con, they allow like alcohol beverages throughout, in this convention center.
And then you go through some of the vendors, you can check out the art books. And I remember being over there going like, hey, can I take a look at that art book by Masamune? And they handed it to me. And there's like stickers or post-it notes like all up on the cover. But it was pretty cool. They're just like, hey, let me see your ID. Here's my ID. And they just handed the book to me to let me, peruse through it to see if I want to buy it or not.
Not for Anime Expo. Anime Expo is pretty open.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
No alcohol, though, but everything else is kind of fair game, depending on the material you want to sell.
Yeah, it's amazing down there, too. And it just makes me laugh to see cosplay deviants, because... Like it, when you click on the sponsor to check out their website, it's asking you like, hey, you have to be 18 or older, or in some places you may have to be 21 or older. And it's one of those things like, man, it kind of feels like we're at Anime Expo already, and we're on a website.
Yeah.
Up to you guys if you want to check it out or not. But I think I think its focus is on cosplay. I don't know if it. From what we saw on the page, nothing like nude, like nothing all nude, like not in your face about it. It seems like people are just like in their costume, but just kind of doing like poses and stuff like that.
Not on the front page, anyways.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, there could be more to it. Yeah, we didn't look more into that. We'll see. Alright, so this is probably a good segue, since we're in a conversation about Anime Expo. I feel like, you know what? It's anime season.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
How about you?
Sure.
I mean, 3 months away, I'm just in that mood now. Okay, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has launched.
Correct.
So I'm very excited. I want to watch that series. I'll keep up with it because it's weekly. Why not?
Diamond is Unbreakable.
Diamond is Unbreakable. A few other shows has been launched, and I'm intrigued with some of these shows. But I talked to my girlfriend and just kind of feel like, now's the time to try to get into it, especially since a lot of TV shows that we watch, they're going through the season finale, and time to keep up with shows, series, and films that's probably going to be huge over at Anime Expo.
Yeah, Macross Delta.
Tell me about it.
It was terrible.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I didn't like it. It was definitely weird. It felt like they jumped the shark to me.
Okay, before we talk about Macross Delta, have you seen the original Macross series?
I have.
Okay, which also known as Robotech for some people, but we don't speak Robotech. I was a Robotech fan, and once I fell into the rabbit hole and discovered, oh wait, Robotech, the original series called Macross, and you know what? I just adapted to Macross.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, did you see the series Macross Frontier?
I did see Frontier. Frontier was amazing. Actually, yeah. In my opinion, that's the sole reason why I wanted to go to the concert of when those idols came to Anime Expo.
Right. It was huge during that time. Everyone was just talking about it, and I'm that guy who doesn't watch any shows until they're released on DVD, Blu-ray, or maybe on TV. Mm-hmm. So I never bother watching it, and everyone's just like, "Oh, we know it." I'm like, how do you watch it? We stream it. We watch it on the internet. I don't know if this was back in the day of Frontier couldn't be released or localized in the U.S. I think people had to like watch fan translation for it.
Yeah, it was because of the owners of Robotech.
Robotech.
There's something between them and who's the studio that does the current Macross.
Yeah.
There's something between them that's not allowing the Macross series to come over because the Robotech studios want like money off of them. So
that's terrible.
Yeah,
that's such a pain in the butt. Yeah. Gosh. Thanks for ruining it for everyone else to enjoy a good series.
Yeah.
Why do they have to be those people? Why? I'm assuming they're trying to get a lot of money out of it. I mean, man, can you get like some money out of it? Not a huge amount. Just do it for the fans.
Yeah. Yeah, but watching the first episode, the first episode's out. You can definitely watch it by means of streaming service.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Frontier. I mean, it can't be helped. It's unfortunate, but hey, I mean, the studios from Japan. They know this. They know this stuff is happening, and that's what made Frontier so huge. That's why they had like such a grand event and concert going on for Frontier, because they know the fans are watching. Yeah, they'll find a way.
Yeah, where I like Frontier, it was kind of like still set, mostly grounded, because there was the main character was kind of just like, hey, here's a guy who fell into a weird situation, and he became a Valkyrie pilot. And then the two idols, the first one was just kind of like a support. What do you call it during the the war era, where she just goes and tries to raise morale with her.
Oh yeah,
that's all she was doing. She performed her concert, and she raised morale to everybody who's listening to her.
Yeah.
I
think you said it right. I think like just morale boost. I mean, that's kind of like Lin Minmay from the original Macross. That was her thing. She was like an idol, and they discovered like her performing seems to boost morale.
And of course, in Frontier, you have the other the other female lead, the second female lead, who has the gift of song. I guess that's a good way of putting it without spoiling it too much.
Okay.
But then in Delta, they go way overboard with that. There's a group of idols that sing during battles. They're in the battlefield. When I'm looking, they have like special idol costumes that can like shoot out projectiles and stuff. I'm like, what's going on? And the main character can dance with the Valkyries. I'm like, no, don't. That looks so stupid. Why is he dancing with a robot, with a giant mech?
So this is, well, were they like just bored and thought like, oh man, what if we made an over the top Macross? That sounds like an over the top Macross. Like, just that sounds nonsense.
It is nonsense. It really looks nonsense, and I'm just like, oh, no.
Like, is that where they're going?
It definitely.
Like, they just want to do a parody of themselves, or what? Like, just a crazy satire?
Yeah. So the main character, he's just a cargo worker, and he's doing that for pretty much the entirety of his life so far. So he's good at handling. He's like pretty much just puts on his headphones, dances with his mech while moving cargo with his robot. You meet your girl. She wants to join the idol group because they're doing.
They're AKB48.
Yeah, they're doing auditions.
Yeah,
and during that first episode, they meet up. The battle ensues. The pop idol comes out. They start singing, and everything just kind of like, oh man, this doesn't look good.
I know the franchise has always that's always been like a sort of what's the word, like sort of like underlaying theme.
Music has always been an underlaying theme of,
and that's what I loved about the series. Yeah, because you have war going on, a lot of fighting happening between these two races going on, and then slowly they start learning a little bit more, like, oh hey, the idol's music, it's boosting morale, and then later on it seems to have more effect on the enemy. The aliens are the enemies. So And then that it becomes powerful to the point of like that is what it's all about. Is like the music. Like it's a powerful weapon. It could be a weapon that hurts others, but I don't think that was like their philosophy. I think it's just trying to meld problems. But, yeah, I like the love triangles of the Macross franchise.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about Frontier. You're very kind to me, King. Maybe for the audience as well, because I'm certain the audience are just like, we know this. Where have you been? Fair enough. I'm just stuck in my ways on the old Macross series, but yeah, we'll talk about the old Macross series. I have to ask you, with the love triangle, who did you want Rick to go with, or who were you like? Who have you always voted for, like supported? Minmay or Misa Hayes?
Misa correct me. Misa was the one he met, right? And when the ship first transformed and they fell into the, or was that Minmay?
Yeah, Minmay. Minmay is the idol.
Okay.
Yeah, and they first met each other.
Yeah, I always voted for I always voted for Minmay.
Yeah,
because that was like, hey, that was introducing the main character to the main female lead. Like, okay,
yeah,
these two are going to be a thing, and
right?
That's what you kind of vote for.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think you voted for her like in the very beginning, but then you see Misa, where Misa and the main character, like they have like, they argue with each other, they have friction, and then over time, then they kind of have like understanding of each other. That we're to the point of like Misa all of a sudden, it's like she's crushing on the protagonist. And for me, I've always dug that. I kind of like that, going like that's cute, that's sweet, and a little unfair because stuff happens with Minmay where she gets caught up in her world of idling, being an idol, stress issues, and not having the time for the protagonist as well.
Right.
So I kind of deviated away from her because of that. But yeah, I like that you had a different opinion than me. That's fun. Good on you. Good. So have you seen JoJo?
I have not seen JoJo.
No?
Uh-uh.
Okay. You should watch it. If you're at this point, like if you don't feel like watching the previous shows or catching up, or you're worried about like, am I missing anything before watching Diamonds is Unbreakable? No, not really. I feel like each story arc, it's a good entry point for a newcomer.
Yeah.
There is history going on, but the way the first episode started off, it's like bringing people up to speed of what's happening, and I liked it. It felt like it was just getting it out of the way. Now let's follow this character's story.
Yeah.
And the feel of it, the colors, the animation studio or the production, they're doing some great stuff with the series, and I like how they handle the color. And it's like this weird, like it's like this small town, not a major city, but just a town, and just seems like isolated or like out in the country. And it seems peaceful, quiet, but there's disturbances going on, and you have like some oddball characters, and like there's more to it, and it seems kind of creepy. I've never seen Twin Peaks, but I'm kind of guessing it's kind of like similar to that, where it's meant to be a mystery. Unlike the previous arcs, where it's all about fighting, becoming stronger, or journeying globally around the world, this one's like, you have a little town, and things that's happening around the world, the events with the stands, well, it's happening at this little town, but some creepy, eerie events are happening, and murder is happening. Okay. So it seems to have more of a mystery vibe, but it still has that style and over-the-top, exaggerated violence. Just, like, half the violence, it's like, this person should be dead. Like, honestly, like, no one should be alive.
Right.
What they're going through. Half true. Okay, some of these characters are dead. Pretty good. So yeah, I hope you check it out so we can discuss it more.
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch it?
Okay. We'll see. It's always a possibility.
I was just waiting for. Well, I mean, that's more positive than you just saying no. I was expecting you to say no. Like, nah.
Hey, what can I say? Let's see. What else? What other news came out? Well, this happened a while back, but Adult Swim announced season 2 and 3 of Fooly Cooly.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. Like, holy cow. Who saw that coming? Like, nobody saw that coming. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. I'm excited to see. It's only going to be, oh man, I can't remember.
Yeah.
6 episodes or something. Like,
okay.
Each season's just going to be 3 episodes long. Yeah, they just said the creators just had more ideas they wanted to, pursue. And it's like, okay, we're just going to give you the budget to do that. It's going to be produced by Production IG. And I guess they've already said the plan is they already had the voice actors coming back. They're just trying to get the pillows. And they have 2 of the original co-founders of ex-Gynax employees coming back for them. So it's going to be exciting.
You like the original series?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was different. It was a different thing to watch, especially anime-wise back then. Yeah, and it was pretty good.
I think for when it first came out, I think it's kind of a hard pill to swallow for many people who have gone into anime during that time, because I think all we had was like Gundam Wing, Dragon Ball Z, of course, Sailor Moon, and then you had Yu Yu Hakusho coming out.
Yeah.
So some of the older stuff just appeared, and then they bring out Fully Cooley, and that was crazy. Yeah. But I felt like it was ahead of its time.
Yeah, Fully Cooley, because it's not it's not a shonen. It's not a shonen series. There's no good guy, bad guy. In Fully Cooley, because it's very melodramatic. Just like, here's this crazy story that's going to happen with this kid and that girl. So
with bizarre animation, bizarre art direction.
Yep.
Crazy animation, over the top.
Fantastic music.
The pillow. Oh man, that was like the selling point of for the pillows. I mean that I didn't pay attention to who the pillows were until I watched that series. I listened to the whole soundtrack.
Yeah.
Man, it's stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, yeah, and that should be it for me. What about you?
So they've launched Phoenix Wright Anime. I didn't know that there was an anime series being made for Ace Attorney, otherwise known as Gyakuten Saibon in Japan, or you can refer to it as Phoenix Wright. And I'm just so mixed about that. Because I think it's a fantastic video game franchise. It's just one of those games, like, I love mystery, I love crime solving. It's one of those games like you're you're in the court, you're playing a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think like you'd be doing lawyer stuff, but no, it's more focused on murders and stuff, and I enjoyed that. Watching the show, the story of episode 1 follows the first chapter of Phoenix Wright, and I'm just so mixed about that because it felt like it follows it exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike the game where you have the chance to kind of take the time to read the dialogue, check out the evidence and stuff, this is zipping on through.
Unfortunately, that's kind of how it is with animes based off video games.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a few, even, what is it?
That's true.
Like Xenosaga, why watch the anime? I'm like, nah, stick with the game, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, watching the first episode, I might see a few more episodes, but I just felt like I've had a better experience from the games, because it felt like as you're uncovering the murder, you're uncovering the mystery, it felt earned. Like I felt like I was involved, and when I unlocked more of the truth behind the mystery, I like get all excited, and the music just goes so well with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the music, that is a big part of the franchise as well. And I'm watching the anime, and the music's just mixed. You have most of the soundtrack of the show, something new, kind of sort of orchestral, but just calming, but nothing great. And then when Phoenix Wright or Naruhodo, when he yells out objection, his theme music kicks in. I got the chills. I was getting goosebumps. Going, oh, that's so cool. Like I loved it. And then you go back to the show's like original score, and I'm like, this is boring. Like this I get nothing out of this. I'm not feeling anything. It's not like the game.
Yeah.
So in the end, Phoenix Wright, give it a try if you want. Check out an anime of courthouse drama. but I think you're better off checking out the video game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been remade and polished up in HD for the 3DS. You can download them as well as the 5th game. I recommend that.
Yep.
All right. How about you, King?
Well, that's it. I don't have any more news off the top of my head. If you have any more, we could discuss.
No, that's it for me. I mean, it's been a fun week.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week so far. All right, yeah, that should be it for our podcast. Tell us what you think, what you liked, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, take care.
See ya.